It can happen.
It can happen.
Obviously, James Madison, the underdog against this very talented Texas squad. Vic Schaefer is the head coach with the Texas Longhorns, and when Cece was talking about the 23 turnovers, that's how many that Texas had in the 10-point overtime loss to then 10th-ranked Notre Dame on Thursday night up in South Bend, Indiana. But we're underway here in Harrisonburg, and welcome to everybody to today's broadcast. First shot is a foul as Taylor Jones is in the starting lineup here today.
Yeah, good to see Jones on the court. She took a really tough spill against Notre Dame.
63% free throw shoot, so add that to 65 and gets the favorable fall.
You can expect to see a lot of that tonight from Texas. A lot of full court.
Longhorns at 7-1 on the year. The Dukes at 7-2. James Madison also has a loss this year to Notre Dame. And the baseline jumper for Ksenia Kozlova. That's a good look for the Dukes. Just doesn't fall down. Here come the Longhorns once again. From the elbow, swish. There you see smooth Booker.
Beautiful.
Starting lineup for Coach Sean O'Regan and the Dukes, presented to you by Atlantic Union Bank. McDaniel, Stevenson, Hazel, Barnes, and Kozlova. From the left wing, it is Stevenson. That three-pointer is a little too long, and it ends up in the hands of Taylor Jones. And another bucket for Texas. They're off and running are the Longhorns. Here's the starting five in Harmon, Holly, Moore, Booker, and Jones. For Texas, little hook shot. Kozlova well off the mark.
Dukes are 0 for 2, or excuse me, 0 for 3 to start the game.
It may take a little while for JMU, even at home, to kind of get its legs. There's another foul and a bucket.
But looks like the refs didn't see it that
way. Moore looking to complete the traditional three-point play, and she does so. As 3 out of 4 thus far.
Yeah, Holly had a great night against Notre Dame. Had her career high with threes, and in fact Texas had their most threes of the season in that Notre Dame game. Not a typical three-point shooting team. They don't really have to.
She hit 4, and Booker. Longhorns 4 out of 5 from the field to start this one. Their one miss is a three-pointer. 3 of 3 at the free throw line. The Dukes a jittery 0 for 5 thus far. Rose Scott has gotten into the lineup for the Dukes. There's the first bucket for James Madison. The transfer from Marshall, where she played 37 games for the Thundering Herd, and that snaps the streak. And the Dukes come up with a turnover. Zakaya got in on that one. Scott running the floor, got some contact, and scores through it.
Yeah, great look by McDaniel to push the ball ahead to Rose Scott, and good control by Rowe to put that ball through the hoop. That was a tough shot.
When you talk about Peyton McDaniel, Missy, it's hard to say where can she improve her game, but I think she has rounded out her game in so many different ways, and there's a driving layup against McDaniel, though, by Booker. In defending, stealing, assist making, and Rowe instant O for the Dukes. Will not fall in. Here's Harmon. See that right knee heavily braced.
Booker started the point last year as a freshman for this Texas team, which is no easy feat.
He was at Mississippi State, began his head coaching career with the Bearcats of Sam Houston. And there you see the skill set of Shea Holland.
Her college record was 126 wins and 22 losses as a player. That's pretty impressive.
Well, a lot of those are his wins as well. Ball was deflected by Booker, picked up and deposited. Harmon. Booker, inside it goes. The inside out. Harmon swings it left side. Holly over the top. At the elbow, that's basically a free throw for Booker. Will not fall, and that is a foul. Here's Moore at the free throw line. The foul was called against McDaniel. Moore at the stripe.
Nickname from Nemo. Great player, very, very good player, very strong off the offensive boards, particularly.
Stolen away on the inbound, just over the lip of the iron, tumbling in for Madison Booker, who has 8. 21-8. 8 out of 11 from the field. All right, we've got David now. Let's join David here sideline. David?
Well, guys, you shouldn't be shocked when we saw JMU step into that zone. Coach O'Regan told me that's what he wants to do early in this game. Do you see a big three made right there? They're trying to slow Texas down inside. They only attempt 12 threes a game and only make 3. So if they can get a bit of success with this zone, it'll pay dividends.
Well, the zone gave Texas a little trouble at Notre Dame.
It did, and Texas struggled with that. They had some decent plays coming off the high post there on the elbow area, free throw area.
And Rori Harmon has just surpassed 1,000 career points with that tray. She had 999 on the bucket prior. At 81% accuracy at the stripe, 17 out of 21 thus far this year. So Hazel takes over sole possession of 24th on the all-time scoring list at James Madison. Good game today. You're not too far.
A lot of those names.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
You're only a couple ahead of her, but you've got a few points to work with, so it won't happen anytime real soon.
It's okay. I've accepted my role. I can't add to anymore.
Well, that's the way you played for Coach Sheila Mormon. Rose Scott, bang from the outside.
Develop as a player in a Duke's uniform. She's got tons of experience, but just not as a Duke.
It's a true freshman on the floor now for the Longhorns as Booker bangs it in from the right wing. You see number 11 on the floor for Texas, Justice Carlton. Three-pointer well off the mark. Back out on the floor. Last two games, Robinson has come up with 5 steals in each of those contests.
Yeah, she played really well down in Florida in the St. Pete tourney. Great defensive player.
Coach P, Preston Spradlin, between the first and second quarters here, so stick around for that. Knocked away momentarily by Jones. McDaniel gets it and takes it to the rim.
Just total resilience by Peyton McDaniel.
Harmon jitterbugs, elevates, knocks it down.
Harmon's got 12. Just a couple seconds difference on the shot clock. They'll have to put it up here.
Hazel all the way for the 2.
Nice patience by Hazel.
And that's at the buzzer. It comes up a little short.
We're actually playing much better than that score would indicate right now. So I know Coach O's got to be pleased with where he's at. A couple more shots going in, contesting a little bit harder for them, but that's a good Texas team. They got some big gals out there, but this is exciting.
Obviously, your first year on the block here in Harrisonburg. Back-to-back wins now. How much fun has it been to get familiar with this team and just this culture in general?
It's been amazing.
And Preston Spradlin, his squad 6-4 after back-to-back wins. And Ksenia Kozlova at the free throw line for the Dukes. McDaniel had a hand on it initially. It's eventually tracked down by Jordan Lee, a freshman from Stockton, California, on the court. You know, and Coach P mentioned the score not quite indicative of how the Dukes are playing in some regards. I was going to say, Missy, JMU shooting 47% in that first quarter, which sounds great. The problem, though, is Texas shooting 67%.
They can possibly play evenly from this point on, but I tell you, this is a tough matchup for JMU.
What a block. Yeah, there's Oldacre, the transfer from Miami, played for the Hurricanes. Booker misses a rare one. Rebound back up. And rattles on in for Jordan Lee, who averages 3.5 points per game. There's 2 for her. Ranked number 9 by ESPN and the McDonald's All-America.
No, Holly went down with an ankle. I think she maybe just turned it. Probably scared her. Another look at Shea Holly. Yeah, stepped right on Peyton's foot. Yeah, she should be okay. You know, she's a heck of a player. She was on the all-defensive team last year. Big 12 honorable mention as well for Texas.
You know, she's certainly WNBA worthy, but then who on Texas is not?
That's right. Beautiful shot. Number 7.
That's Jordan Lee. Started against Lamar and came up with 12 points. Peyton McDaniel has her first triple. 213 in her James Madison career. Over 1,000 points for the Dukes as well.
This will be a fun game to watch if both of these teams keep shooting like this. Look at that.
Daniel trying to drive, tries again, going up against her counterpart, Layla Filia.
Zip.
Wow, another.
She's lighting it up. True freshman.
Before halftime. At halftime, we're going to visit with Bob Chesney, head football coach.
Wow.
Oh, my, that nearly went in.
Almost went. I was going to say, that is crazy.
Yeah, she skidded on the ice, did Stevenson.
That shows you how quick she is.
It shows you also how strong she is to get that shot off.
No doubt.
All right, there's Lee. I misspoke earlier.
What an athletic, dynamic duo those guards are. That backcourt for Notre Dame.
Working hard. Kozlova trying to get around Oldacre. Gets the shot off, but nothing's been clean down below. Booker elevates.
Wow.
Just does get enough. McDaniel, left wing it goes to James Madison freshman Angela Williams, who has the ball plucked away.
Quick hands. Booker. She does it on both ends.
Booker leaves it for Harmon. Harmon deposits the bucket. Shot clock at 5, elevates, and steps are called on Jamia Hazel.
Been playing a lot since she was a freshman. Veteran. Booker, wow.
For a whistle. Count the bucket for Booker. There's the bucket. Booker finishes the three-point play and give her 15 here in the first. Peyton McDaniel going strong to the rim.
Beautiful take.
McDaniel has battled for 7 points. Second field goal inside the arc to go with the tray.
Yeah, P plays so hard. She'll play this whole entire game with the same intensity level.
Pretty pleased with just 4 here in the first half today. The Dukes do have another turnover, however. So Lee has been deadly from the right. Well, I see where Coach Spradlin's tickets are. They're right behind the scoring bench on the other side. He looks pretty intense sitting over there.
Yeah, he's into this game.
Rori Robinson gets a bucket. Really not known much for a scorer, but she provides a lot of defensive energy on the court for Coach O'Regan and company. And Angel Kent making up the trio. Another opportunity here for Harmon.
You know, we just witnessed a rare miss.
It's a good sign. Shea Holly is back on the floor for Texas. I think you're right. I think it may have scared her more than anything. The free throw line. Scott coming off the bench in today's game, and that gives her 10 points.
I can't recall second or third team for the Sun Belt with Rose Scott.
She hasn't played.
Yeah, I don't think she made the trip.
Trying to dig inside is Preston. A stalemate with .6.
Texas still shooting 63%.
And they run a play to try to get the bucket. And the Dukes start off with possession, and right away they score the bucket of Shante Barnes, as she has 7 points for JMU.
Yeah, it'd be wonderful for the Dukes fans to get Barnes more involved offensively. At the beginning of the season, she just took off. A couple double-doubles in a row, and she got in a little bit of foul trouble in a couple games and slacked off a little bit on her numbers, but tough player.
I'm 85-83.
Nice.
Coach Schaefer told me at halftime that he just kept it short and sweet. He wants his team to play harder. Looks like even when up 30 points, he holds his team to the highest standard.
And then he jokingly said, of course, for the first time this season, they start to make threes. We knew they'd come out in that zone for a little bit. And overall, Texas has just been the main aggressor.
Foul was on McDaniel. That should be her second. It is. And the Dukes.
Yeah, nice spot by Shea Holly.
And Holly on the run. She is blocked by Bond. Holly to the free throw line. 75% free throw shooter this year.
Shea graduated already from the McCombs Business School in just 3 years. Her dad played football for Texas and for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, 4 seasons with the Chiefs.
That was a great block by Taylor Jones there on the Russian Kozlova.
To get you an at-large. So it's still the situation where you got to win the tournament to guarantee that you're going to be in. And when you do, you're going to have to play these kind of opponents if you have any chance of advancing. So
she was coherent when she left.
Unfortunately, we do not have a shot of that, but she did. She goes right to the free throw line. Flo Jackson finished with 12 points each to lead James Madison. And you mentioned earlier.
Well, there was no three-point shot.
Correct.
So.
Clarissa Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Her
Clarissa
line,
Davis.
yeah, 26 points.
Oh, yeah. 11 for 16 were there.
That's right.
Look, yeah, I had 4 steals.
There you go. That's right. Yeah, that was not the full wide spread of the box score.
Teams at any level. I was just a gamer, so. And gosh, we've got Villanova on the road.
Villanova,
now. NC State,
Denise Dillon's club.
That's 4 top 20 programs. There used to be the top 10 teams. Number 10 would play, or number 8 would play number 17, and it would be a blowout game. 1986.
But still, you do have those elite programs that historically have been so throughout the course of history.
I think the transfer portal is also easier on the men's program, and I might be just reaching out there saying this, but women play, it seems, with a bit more chemistry than men. Hasn't really done a whole lot yet.
Career
she was averaging 17 points at Michigan.
Rose Scott wants to drive, but Preston says not this lane. Scott still drives against her. The foul, and one will come.
Offensive-minded person. Nice take. Strong.
Foul is on Preston. Number 2 for Texas player number 1. Scott with a free throw.
And Rose Scott second on this team in scoring.
On the final seconds here of the third quarter. Launching it from the left wing. Too strong a shot. Goes up for Preston. McDaniel looking, fires it. That's off the mark. The holiday spirit certainly here in the Valley. Thank you for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon. I'm Kurt Dudley along with Missy Buck, Hall of Fame member here at James Madison. Rose Scott.
And most of her shots tonight have been layups.
Yeah, driving shots. Yeah, she's
getting herself open, creating her own shots.
She's out there with Jamia Hazel right now. Launches a 3. That's off the lip of the iron. And
that's
off the toe.
Foot.
Yep, off of Preston. There was an interesting press conference right before Thanksgiving with Coach Schaefer. He was sitting in his, I assume it was a truck. He apologized that he wasn't dressed up. I said, no, it looked pretty good. You can find it if you want to Google it.
That was a great game to watch. I know you were busy yesterday.
Yeah,
but
had a few things going on.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed he didn't show up here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Boy, somebody that has shown up is Jordan Lee.
Sun Belt season. She might be a starter by then. Who knows? I mean, it's impossible to say.
Spend the minutes out, but when you are on the floor with depth, you're usually more productive in that shorter stretch.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it was the hockey change.
Yeah, the hockey. Yeah, 5 in, 5 out. I mean, I'm not sure I would like to fit into that type of thing as a player back in the day, but it works. It works for players. It keeps you fresh, especially if you're playing in 94 feet of defense and offense nonstop.
And flipping it up, Justice Carlton. And that, I believe, is her first collegiate three-pointer. She's in her 114th career game with James Madison. Is Goodman, number 14. Well, elevation. Oh, Stevenson tried to get underneath the 6'6" old Aker. Couldn't quite do it. And Goodman taps it out to a teammate. McDaniel surveys as she brings it across the timeline. Shot for Barnes is good.
Nice take.
Won the Big 12 tournament championship, making third straight conference championship. But I believe that's probably the case.
I asked him if they went home after South Bend game, and he said they did.
And then flew up yesterday. So
okay. I assumed they were in town.
Yeah, I thought that at first, but that's the difference between Texas and a lot of other places.
That's right. That was from the other side of Interstate 81. That shot by Peyton McDaniel. Great shot. Girls got some range.
Taken away by Williams. Lays it up with the left hand. Does have 6 rebounds. McDaniel, by the way, 12 points and 8 boards. She is starting to become a double-double.
Yeah, McDouble.
She had a double-double in the Dukes' last outing at VCU. Scott.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Reverse. Getting back to opponent's points here.
Wow.
at the Atlantic Union Bank Center as Filia drops in the bucket. As I mentioned earlier, Towson had 85 points on January 3rd, 2020. Up high is Oldacre. Driving the lane. Can't get the ball to roll in, but she does draw the foul.
And a teammate from JMU that detached her retina, Diane Budd, one of the Budd
Oh, did she really?
Detached her retina in a game. Oh.
Blocked as Kozlova has had a tough day.
Having one of those evenings, it happens.
Turnaround shot, the left-hander won't tumble in. Ooh, just towing the line, double oughts. Comes up with a board for Texas. 2.5 to go. We'll talk with Coach Schaefer, and I believe that's Madison Booker. Will chat with us also in our postgame. Again, we hope the Texas fans have been watching this afternoon, have enjoyed the production here on ESPN+. James Madison will drop to 7-3, and a foul is called on Oldacre. Two-time National Youth Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of Laura Molnarova yet, but looking forward to it. She looks like a very physical athlete.
First shot was a three-pointer that she made in her James Madison career. Stolen away.
That's
Rori Robinson.
Bree doing what she does. You see a lot of sparks. Some of these new players that haven't really contributed a whole lot yet for the Dukes. Still trying to find their way.
Down low. Nice look. Yep.
Already scored 30 points this year as a freshman. Against Butler. Yeah.
Tossing it up and out of bounds. For their help in getting us prepared for today's ball game. A shout out to our technical crew. Our producer today is Kelly Bowmaster. John Hodges, our director. Chris Jackson on audio. Ty Comer on the replay. And Daryl Atchison, our engineer today.
57 or 58 or something like that. And I look back and I was like, wow, that's ironic.
As the final seconds will tick off, Texas does pick up win number 8 as Vic Schaefer graciously brings his top number 4 ranked team in the country to Harrisonburg. Long conversation between the two. Oftentimes that's a quick handshake.